Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Mark Miller here. Rory has a user group meeting he is going to right now, or he is at right now. So he'll be participating in that. He won't be with us. Today we're going to work on a user controls. We're going to kind of be continuing with some of what we've done already. So far, just to kind of bring folks up to speed in terms of where we are. I'll go ahead and put this out here so we can see the overlay on top of the live stream. We've been working on the particle emitter, which we've seen in the past. For example, that thing right there spinning around, live generation of particles. It's incredibly versatile. I really am. I'm both happy with the versatility and also happy with the small amount of actual coding required to get it to do all of these different things. Let's bring up a test edge here for a second. We're working on the ability to give it different shapes. For example, this is a rectangular shape, and we're emitting across that. The code for this is in the background. Let's bring up Dragon Game. And let's look at the edge test. Let's go dive inside here. I want to take the emitter edge spread, and I'm going to turn that to 0, and we'll refresh the view. Take a look at that. Do another test on the edge again. Bring that up to invoke that. Type that in the chat room. Now wait a second. That doesn't quite look right to me. Let's make sure that it's in fact, yeah, the emitter edge spread should be 0. That means we should be, did we not bring it up? Let's see if this is the case. Let's come in to our overlay bot, and let's come down and refresh the cache of the current page. That might be the problem. Oh, and I bet that is the problem, and we're not running here. This may not work after we do a reload. Let's see what happens here. May need to start up and run and then refresh one more time. There it is. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. So now we have we have an edge spread of 0, and so that number can be between 0 and 1. And if that is at 0, that means the particles are only going to appear out by the edge of that rectangle, like you're seeing there. And I'm actually going to use this, this kind of effect to highlight text boxes. So let me just adjust the code here for a second. Let's come out here and say, highlight this. I want to highlight this text, for example. That's what I want to do. And imagine that's a text box. And what I want to do is I want to do something like this, but I want to drop the the opacity down, the max opacity down to, like, say 0.4, for example. So only 40% opaque. Let's just refresh that and do another test edge. There we go. So I'm kind of looking for this kind of an effect. I'm looking for this in the context of a magic scroll for a Dungeons and Dragons game. To show you that, let's bring up the WPF app that we built, which isn't running yet. Let's go ahead and we'll run it and bring it up. So we're starting that up. Here it comes. All right. So we've got this. This looks like this isn't loading up here. It looks like we've got a problem with Chrome. I need to kill all instances of Chrome. This still might work though. Let's see if the WPF app switching works here on the stream. It looks like it's not. Okay, so let's kill every instance of Chrome. We'll go do that. Chrome's gone. Let's debug, stop debugging, and bring it up one more time. Run one more time. So normally, by the way, we talk about good design every once in a while in here, and normally when you are talking about highlighting or emphasizing, you generally don't want to use motion. And so we're kind of breaking the rules a little bit with this. And I'm going to explore it, see how it looks. But my intention is to get something that is subtle, that kind of gets your eyes in there. We're going to use a couple techniques here. Let's take this off screen. Let's bring the WPF app up and let's see if it's working now. Not here, but I bet if I come into my overlay bot and I refresh that cache one more time, that it'll work. Let's see if this does it now. There we go. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so there we go. So now I have the ability to, as the Dungeon Master, to pick a particular player in our WPF application, which is right here. And if we're swapping characters, you'll see the scroll slam in from the top. You see the particle emitter emitting the magic dust as the scroll unravels. I can also change pages just by clicking on a particular page I want to show here. So this would be equipment page. We don't have stats filled out for that yet. This is the skills page, and then we have the main page. And notice if I'm selecting any of these pages, we have a different live on-screen animation that occurs as I'm clicking on those pages. But when I choose a different player, it knows that we're not just going to roll up the scroll and bring it back. We're going to slam down a new scroll. So there's that. So in general, I'm pretty happy with all of this. I want to also be able, I think the first thing I want to do in today's show before we go on to the user controls is I want to change the scene in addition to it. For example, I've created 4 test scenes in here in OBS. One for my turn, one for Kayla's turn, one for Kent's turn, and one for Karen's turn. And each one of those is going to put one of those characters on top. And what I want to do is switch to these when we switch to one of these pages here as well. So for example, if I click on Kayla, I want it to be on Kayla's turn right there. And if I click on Kent, I want it to automatically change to the Kent screen like that. So Kent's image is on top of everybody else. So a couple things happening at once. So that's kind of what I'm looking for there. Let's go ahead and look into that first. We'll go play with that first. So we'll get this off screen. Let's clear this for a second. Bring that back. And okay, so we don't need that anymore. That was just for that example. And so let's look at that. I think the change is going to be happening inside of our overlay manager, and I think it's going to be right in here. So just before we call CodeRushed Hub clients all .player change, here's where we want to make that change. And so if I can, I've got to kill everything here. Hold on a second. Let me kill the app, and now let's see if I can probably not, still not edit it. I probably have to kill the Chrome instance as well. Now it says I can edit it, right? Okay, now I can make a change. So right here is I want to change the scene. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm going to go check out the code over in Mr. Announcer Bot, because we've got Mr. Announcer Bot is all over the place with regards to changing scenes. That's what this guy does. He's got an OBS WebSocket, which is connection to the OBS streaming software. Looks like we're select random scene. Okay, interesting. Set current scene, OBS WebSocket, scene name. So I think that's kind of what we're looking for here. We're looking for the OBS WebSocket called a set current scene and to pass in the name of that scene. So it might be that easy. I'm pretty sure we don't have a WebSocket yet over in my Mr. Announcer Bot hub. So I think I need to do something along these lines here. And what else? Do I already have the right usings? I do not have those. So let's go figure out what's going on with that. What do we need for the WebSocket here? that or that. Let's see. This is in Mr. Announcer Bot here. So I have version 4.20-B, the beta, installed in Mr. Announcer Bot. So I want that as well to be over here in the overlay manager. So I'm going to add that to the overlay manager and install it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to assume that OBS is going to properly be okay with, see if we can get it now. So I'm hitting Control Dot. There we go. That's what I was hoping for right there. Okay, let's go back over and see where OBS WebSocket is used. See if there's any initialization going on here. Okay, there's a disconnect call here. Connect to OBS. All right, let's take all of that and do something similar here. And the WebSocket port. Oh, we need my configuration secrets, the OBS password. That's going to be tricky to kind of move over here. And now I'm thinking maybe we should not anymore go in this direction now. All right, hold on, uno momento. Let me check into this here. I might be able to get that out here. We'll go ahead and keep trying it. We'll see what goes, how this works here. The WebSockets port Twitch. We need to use that. Are we not actually using bot core here? Okay, so there's that. WebSocket port. I want to move this down to bot core, I think. Let's see what we've got in bot core. Let's create a new class. We're going to call this the OBS helper, maybe, and make this public. And we'll change this to OBS helper. WebSocket port, and that. Okay, so there's my OBS helper. Let's static class. Let's kill that. Let's bring it into its own file. Move type to file. Just using CodeRushed there to make that a little faster. So there's OBS helper, all part of the bot core. Okay, so there's a WebSocket, and there we're grabbing that piece right there. So that looks and feels good to me. Yeah, I want to essentially do this over in Mr. Announcer Bot Hub, and we'll see how that works there. Yeah, we got it there. Okay. So we need to connect to OBS, I think, or we might. We don't have any kind of disconnect here, do we? Okay. Let's go look at the disconnect over in Mr. Announcer Bot. What's happening over here? Well, Bennett, can't you call the Announcer Bot to change the scene? Yeah, you know, I was considering that at the beginning to do that, and now I'm thinking I can do it, but I don't think I have everything I need to do that yet. So, so let's, since you've said it, and since I was thinking that anyway, let's change course and go in that direction. To get to just make sure I understand this correctly, because I think part of my search here is to fully understand this. Here's the Mr. Announcer Bot hub. CodeRushed hub clients, user has coins, player, page, change, focus item. Yeah, this is coming back is what this is my understanding of this. I guess part of it is because of the architecture we have, I don't have a clear connection here between a particular hub and what it does. I need to go to here. There's a piece here where I can kind of get a clear picture of it. It's this right here, connection on. So what I think we need to do here is we need to add something new here that says change scene. Come on, where's my caps lock? Change scene, like this. And change scene, come down here, this is just going to be a function change scene that's going to take in a scene name. Like this. I think this is what I'm going to have to do if this is what you're suggesting, Will. Let's see what else I need to do here. Let's go. Change scene is there. I need a change scene nearby where I've got a need to get coins. And if we do a search for all of that, we are in here, the CodeRushed hub. This goes from Mr. Announcer Bot. Hub clients all add coins. Yeah, I think task need to get coins is there. TSTS. And this is the piece that we just added right there. So, all right, so let's go into here. Change scene, scene name, like that. So I think that's what we've got there. And do the same thing here. Let's make sure that is now, yep, it's in there. Okay, scene name. Hopefully that's all we need to do there. And then I think here we can come in and say scene ID, you know, the name of the scene, which is we'll say Mark's turn, like that, which I'm pretty sure is the name of the scene. Let me double check it. Yeah, it's Mark's turn in OBS is what it is. And accepting the first typify overlay commands. Did I not get this right? This is Announcer Bot commands. No, wait. It's overlay commands is where I think I need this. And it needs to go here, not in the other one, I think. except for wait. No, 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 hold on. So now I'm like, so need to get coins was only inside here. Announcer bot commands. Hold on, let's go back so I fully understand this. Yes, we're connecting to the Mr. Announcer bot hub. Mr. Announcer bot commands. Need to get coins is there. Change scene is there. So when that change scene is called, so we need to do that in the announcer bot commands, which is in our Mr. Announcer bot hub. Oh, so it's this dot clients dot change scene. That's what we need to do. Okay. That's what we need to do. All right, and then that might be enough. I feel like that might be enough to make this the whole thing work. We want, and it's a little simpler. We don't have to do all that other stuff. Let's run it and see if that's going to happen. If that's going to work, we can set some breakpoints in here too. Change scene. We'll set a breakpoint here, and we'll set a breakpoint here as well. We're starting up. Ooh, let's kill Chrome. Make sure there's nothing left of that before we actually start and launching. We are building right now. Just wanted to show you the bar. The bar's over there. You know what I want? I want to be able to reach way outside. I want like a super wide, super high res camera with just the littlest bit here, but the ability to reach any, wide with it. I guess a giant green screen behind me. Is that too much to ask? Is that like a Christmas thing? Nar002 says, hey, hello, welcome. We are testing right now to see if we can change the code we just added. The SignalR code we just added is going to work. Okay, player changed already. Okay, so let's come in here and step in here, change the scene. Okay, good. I'm just going to just go ahead and hit run on that. And check it out, we're in change scene. Perfect. And we got a scene name coming in here. Let's go do it. All too easy, isn't it? Where is it? It's somewhere in OBS WebSocket. Activate scene. Scene, what's display name for? Oh, this is, I see, and then user level. Okay, cool. Scene, 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 but I think we're okay with simply just this, since we're calling it remotely in here. There we go. So I think we can do that and run. I'm not sure if that's going to actually, oh yeah, it worked. Look at that. Nice. So now, not sure why. Oh, I went to Mark. I was like, why did I go to Mark? Because I didn't click on Mark. Because I just had Mark's turn here. What I really need to do is change the index.
Good question.
Looks like you're coding from a long time, says Nar002. Yeah, the answer is yes. We are kind of doing an ongoing project that has a number of components to it. We've built a game engine in the background. We are, this piece right here, we've only been building, I think, for about the last 3 episodes, maybe. 2 episodes, 3 episodes. We are building a WPF application that's going to be used to control and change scenes during a live stream or broadcast. So that's what's happening here. I'm going to click on this to get to our breakpoint, and then we're going to come in and say whatever the player ID is. Based on the player ID, we're going to figure out the scene name from that. I suppose I could create a new an array of strings here is what I think I can do. So let's do that. So we're going to say these are going to be our scene names, like this, And that's going to be equal to, come on. How long have I been coding for? I see the question. I've been coding since I was probably about, I think about 16 years old, pretty seriously. So that is almost, are we almost seriously on 4 decades? I think we're almost on 4 decades of coding is what I've been doing. So that I should show you my wrist straps here, because I've been using these for easily 2 decades, and I don't have any problems coding for long periods of time. I think this has totally prevented carpal tunnel. And in fact, if you want to, since we're talking about coding for a long time, you know, a long lifespan, right? 4 decades, something along those lines. If you want to be able to do that your whole life without pain, I strongly recommend wrist straps. Okay, so we'll put the scene names here. This is going to be Mark's turn. Turn like this, and put a comma there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use CodeRushed here to grab this piece right here, take that whole thing, copy it, and then paste it in. Oops, did I not copy that? Something else happened. What was going on with that? Copy, paste. Oh yeah, what's going on? It's not copying. Interesting. All right. So we'll say the next one is, I think, actually the first one, where's my app? Oh, it's not showing up because we're here, because we're debugging. Okay. So, no, I don't work for Microsoft. I work for DevExpress. Let's see, so Kent's turn. Then I think Karen is next. Then I think I am next. And then Kayla is last. And these are the names of the scenes for the different players. Okay, equals, what do I have to do? New array. I'm like totally forgetting the syntax on this. Is it that? Is that my syntax? I guess that's my syntax. Totally forgetting it. Okay. Yeah, I've been working in TypeScript for a while, and so now what I want to do is I want to say scene name, or I could just do this. If player ID is greater than or equal to 0, and player ID is less than 4, or less than scene names dot length. If that's the case, then we're going to say change scenes and pass in that scene names of player ID. Like that. All right, and so I'm not sure if this is going to even work here with edit and continue, because I just declared that. Hold on, let's bring it down here and make it a constant, and see if that edit and continue should like that a little bit better. Uh-oh, it doesn't like that. All right, fine, we'll just do this instead. Not my favorite, but we'll do it for now because I think edit and continue is going to do that. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got here. Scene names, yay. Change the scene. All right. And there we go. I just hit run, and there we go. The scene did change. So excellent. So now without our breakpoint, we should be able to come in here and say, Mark, there we go. The scene has changed. It's subtle, but now I'm in front. If you look over there. And if we go to Kent, now Kent's in front. Kayla's in front. That sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. The other thing, so also, by the way, as I'm changing the scene over here, in our test app, I'm seeing the animation. I'm not seeing it on our overlay yet, but I think we need to refresh our overlay and we'll see it live. Let's just double check that and see if that fixes it for us. So let's go to the overlay, come in here, refresh its cache, and see if that's going to fix it. There we go. Nice. Nice. There we go. So there's Karen will be on front for that one. Kent will be in front for this one. So we're just changing scenes. So we've got animation on the overlay, and we're actually changing the physical scenes that we're broadcasting. The context of all of this, again, is for a Dungeons and Dragons game. That's what we're building right there. Also, probably would work if you did a new, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I'm like, yeah. Let's see what we got to do there. I think I am still not entirely, let's see what I got to do to get let's see what we can do here. I think it's a new like this. Can I do that? Is that my syntax? Yeah, I always forget the array syntax here. Like this, like that, and then what? I don't know. You got it? Okay, it's just that. Like that? Really? There's no equals? Okay. Oh, it's new array like this. Boom. It says Will Bennett. All right, let's come in here constant. Did not work. Is it one string there? Is that going to do it? What's it say? Yeah, it says the expression's not a constant because of the thing, because of what it is. So that I was kind of afraid of that. That happens sometimes when I'm dealing with things that I think ought to be treatable like a constant, like, for example, color objects. I cannot define colors as constants because of the nature of them. Okay, so this is underlined because of the spelling on this. So we can just add that. So, wait, where is it? Why am I missing spelling on that? Hold on. Spell checker, there we go. Add to dictionary. Okay. Okay, so that's cool. Let's clear the breakpoint, run it. All right, let's get on to the essence of what I want to do on today's show, which is work on the the user controls. So right now this is the WPF application that we're building right here. And we already have a custom user control on this that when I click a particular one of these pages, it unwraps the scrolling. What's happening here? It looks like something different. We're not actually changing the scenes anymore. Did I leave this in a bad state? Okay, so I think I did. I think I didn't undo all the way. I wanted to just get back to here. Okay, let's see what we've got now. See names, much better. Okay, change scene, run. Okay, now let's see. Are we good? Scene is changing. But the other aspect, the overlay bot, looks like it's not working. I'm not sure why. I'm going to refresh the overlay bot one more time. Let's try it this way. See if that works. There we go. And then, so if I click here or click here, it'll change to that particular page. So this is an app the Dungeon Master is going to use, and it's going to affect the graphics live while we're working. Now, one of the things I want to be able to do is, let me show you this. I want to be able to highlight a particular item. So, for example, death saves, if I want to highlight that, what I want to do is I want to put an overlay on a graphic overlay on top of the image like this. And then I want to find, whoops, not there. I want to go here. And I've got charisma currently showing, but I want to show death saves right there. And what I want to do is I want to then basically do this, like this. And then behind death saves, I want to have our particle system generate particles coming out there. Is what I want to do. So here, just for example, let's throw in our, or let's do this, test edge. We'll do the edge test here that we were doing earlier. So I want the particle system, and you kind of see that showing over the live stream there a little bit, right around that where the death saves is. And I want that kind of coming out, but behind it, and using the magical colors that we've already created. And so I want like some particles, just a little bit of motion there to kind of get your eyes in there and kind of highlight that that's what we're talking about. Okay. So there's the graphic aspect of this that's happening on the overlay side, and then there's the control side of this that's happening from this app right here, where I change a different page. Well, I want to be able to also click on death saves here inside this app, and when I click here on death saves, I want to be able to then see death saves in the stream, the live stream overlay, highlighted just like you are seeing it right here, like that. So that's kind of where we're going. It's going to be a multi-episode deal on this. This is going to take, I think, easily 1 or 2 episodes to get these controls right. These controls have to be allow the Dungeon Master to very quickly modify numbers. So I want to be able to allow the Dungeon Master to type a plus or minus and then another number. And instead of it overriding what we already have, I want that to add to it automatically. So if I had 54 hit points and the Dungeon Master typed in plus 7, it would then change 54 to 61. So that's kind of where we're going with this. So first step is I think we can close this down here. Let's reset our view. And let's go, I think we got to stop everything. So when we stop, that generally means that, let's see if we can keep Mr. AnnouncerBot himself running. And I think I'm going to start him up separately so we have a way to talk to each other here. Let's see, does that, I think that's down. All right, good. So let me get Mr. AnnouncerBot running all by himself. Is he running? Did he start up? I executed the command. At least I think I did. Let's double check it here. Yep, there's the command. Oh, do we have an exception? I do have an exception. Thread pool work queue dispatch. Wait. Object reference not sent to an instance of an object. This is the first time I've started him up standalone. All viewers. I think we're having a problem with all viewers. Let's actually look at this here. Line 30, which I'm assuming is in Mr. AnnouncerBot.cs. Well, that is this. All viewers. Wait, let's double check this. Mr. AnnouncerBot.all viewers. Move next. Oh, it's allviewers.cs, line 30. Okay, interesting. So what is going on with the viewers? Viewers, I think, null is what I think is happening. And I think this is happening. The app data load, allviewers.json. I think that this is maybe the problem. Get data file name. Let's step through this code and look at it. See what's going on here. Oh yeah, good suggestion, Will. Will says we should probably move scene names out so it's not created every time. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's way more efficient to do it that way. All right. So we are building. There you can see the right over to my right. There's the progress meter on that. Okay, we're at a breakpoint. See what's going on. Get data file name. App data roaming Mr. AnnouncerBot timestamps JSON. Let's see if it exists. If it doesn't exist, we return default, but it does exist. So we're going to read all text from that and call JSON deserialized object on it and return that. And the timestamps comes in, and what do we got? Timestamps are certainly good, but we are looking not for that. We're looking for the other call in here to load. And all viewers, this is the one that we are expecting to work. There it is right there. And we're deserializing it. Let's see what we get on the way out. Null. What the what? Let's come back up here. Load is returning an enumerable. Let's see what's going on here. It's returning a T of whatever that is. So at least this is. Deserialized object is there. Let's go back up here again. I want to run this one more time. I'm going to execute this line of code. Why can't I change it? I'm hitting Control-Shift-10. Can't set the execution point back to here. That was weird. I was totally hitting Control-Shift-F10. Okay, let's go in one more time and see what's going on here with this. I want to do read all text on that file name and see what we get. Copy. Read all text is null. File name. Copy value. Let's see what's going on. All right, here's the file. Let's throw this in Notepad. That is indeed a null. Okay, so I think we have a problem that somewhere along the lines, when we saved, we got a null that we saved back from, is what I think we did, was what I think happened. So let's go kind of fix this a second here. Let's come in here, and then I want to say, so check data. I think what I want here is if viewers equals null, then I want to say viewers is equal to new. Actually, I think I can just use a CodeRushed template for this. There's a CodeRushed template, NINST. New instance, that didn't work, really? New list of templates, list of viewer. Like that. So at least we get to a non-null state here with it. This may also explain why Clarkio had a problem yesterday. Yeah, Will, you're saying the same thing. That's what I was thinking, the same thing. I think this may explain what was going on. We had this kind of null thing. Yeah, this happened a few days ago, and I was like, what's going on? And we were in the middle of other problems, so I didn't go and research it. But that is, now we have a little more insight into what we think was happening. I think what might have happened is it might have been I started up, and before we could load, I shut down. This is a theory. And it said, okay, well, there's nothing here. That doesn't make sense, though. Yeah, I'm withdrawing that theory. Okay. Well, at any rate, we've got the ability to now create it on all viewers here. So we're going to load, and if it's null, we're going to create a new instance of it, which means let's see what's happening. Yeah, we just did a save. I just noticed on the log we did a save, which means this might be something different now. Let's see if it is. Oh, okay. It's something different. So not bad. All right, so that was a slight distraction, but now let's go to, go back over to, let's see if I can start up now, is the question. Let's close it all down. Closing that. Closing this. All right, and let's see now if I can come in and start it up without an exception. Okay, Mr. Announcement looks like I got an authentication failed error, but it looks like it's loading up. I'm getting, wait, hold on, no. Well, not authenticated error, sorry, let me show you this so you can see it. That's for OBS, so it's having trouble connecting to OBS. And is it running? And I don't see it running. So I'm wondering if this is a, I wonder if this is a different version than the one we're trying to start out here. Let's do this. Let's move this off to the side. Let's go to out here. And the one we're grabbing is Dropbox, DX, Twitch, CodeRushed, Mr. Announcer Bot here. Mr. Announcer Bot then in bin. Debug, .core app 2.0. We're getting the 2.0. We recently upgraded to 2.1. This, I think, is, we're trying to run an old one, I think is the part of the problem here. So, which means I need to go change my Stream Deck command that brings this up to get to the new one, which is in the 2.1 folder. And let's try that. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to bring up PowerShell, switching over, starting it. There we go. Look at that, much nicer. Connected. Now.
Awesome!
And it works. It's verified by Will, I bet. Yep, there you go. Good job, Will. Yeah, that's it. So good. So we're good. We're starting up Mr. Announcer Bot. So Mr. Announcer Bot is running, which means if you're in the chat room and you want to get my attention, but I'm not seeing it, you can type in
Hey, Mark!
Like that, bang Mark, like that, and it will it'll get my attention while we're coding. So that's in case I missed anything. I think that's all you're going to get right now. You're not going to, if you try, whoops, I wanted to type that in the chat room. The other commands that require the overlay functionality, I don't think those are going to work. Nope, they don't look like they're not working. So you're stuck with the kind of the loud hey Mark on that, but not a big deal. Yeah, that's not working either. Could I get it to work though? I'm wondering. All right, let's focus on here. You've got a way to talk to me, and so let's go. I want to, so this is my WPF app right here. This is for the Dragon, the Dragon Humper's Dungeon Master application right here. I've currently got this character sheets user control already here. It's got some just simple basic functionality in it where if I've got if I give it a mouse down on one of those three images, it'll then fire off an event handler, and our event handler is going to do one of these things. It's going to call on page change and pass one of these 3 pages over is what it's going to do. So what I want to do next is I want to create a user control to put on the user control. I want to create a user control for editing text. That's what I want to do next. And so that's what I'm going to do. So it's going to display text and edit text. And I think it's going to display text within some particular range of the size of the user control, I believe. And then when you click on it, it's going to give you the ability to edit it with pop-up controls. It's kind of what I'm envisioning. So I suppose I could draw this out pretty quickly here so you can get a sense of what I'm imagining here. So we've got our, here, let's use the storyboarding that's built into PowerPoint, which is not bad. It's not awesome either, but it's not bad. So let's look for a text box. I guess we can kind of throw this thing out here for now. Would I double click it? There it is. So I have something like, this. And then when I click on it, I want to have, maybe something like this pop up nearby it. And I want the focus in here, is what I'm thinking. So we'll still see the display, whatever that is, over that particular area. But when I click it, it's going to change its background color. Let's kind of do this so we can have two different states of it. There's this state here, and then there's the clicked on state here, which is going to look like something more like this. This is going to be, so wait, this is text fill. Sorry, I want shape fill, like this. So it'll be kind of like that kind of a scenario here. Let's bring this to the front. And there might be other pieces on here as well, like some information that says press plus or minus to add, subtract to this value. So there might be some discoverability showing up here somewhere along these lines, that sort of thing. I might also add up or down buttons so I can just increment it, just go click one, or two. So those things might be there. Let's just kind of throw those out here. These might be here as well. But the idea is when something is selected, then I have the ability to edit it. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And there's two kind of purposes. There's two things we want to do. We want to be able to, there are two goals. Number one, we want to be able to focus the item that we're discussing. And I want to be able to, in that regard, I want to be able to support shift or just single click. Like that. And I also want to support shift click. Like that, to support, to focus multiple. To give you an example of where that's needed, in Dungeons and Dragons, you might have to do a saving throw. And your saving throw, there's like for wisdom saving throw right there, that might be related to your wisdom. And so we would say, okay, let's highlight both that and your wisdom, like this. And so we might want both of those selected right there. Wisdom and Dragons, says Geniscu7. Greetings, Geniscu7. Glad to have you here with us. It's good to see you. All right. So we might want to have both of those up for wisdom saving throw, or we might want to make it so that if the Dungeon Master highlights wisdom here, this one also automatically highlights as well, so that people that are watching the stream can have their eyes easily directed to the data that pertains to whatever the play is, the currently active play. So that's one. I want to be able to focus the items. In fact, let's kind of grab this right here. Let's copy that, and let's come over here and paste it in just so we've got kind of a picture here. So that's one. Two goals. That's number one. Number two goal, the second goal, is to be able to change values quickly, like as quickly as possible with the least amount of effort. So let's go ahead and we'll add this down here, least amount of effort. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. I'm going to get rid of these, and get rid of these, and get rid of that. Right there. Okay, so those are the goals there. So in that regard, we're going to be like, if I click on this, it's going to focus it, but it's also going to pop up these other pieces that are going to allow me to change it. That's kind of what we're talking about doing here. So that sort of thing. These buttons are going to be big enough so that I can easily click them if I want to. And I don't know, let's see, just there we go. So something like that is what I'm looking for. So I want to build a user control that can go do this and do this. This part right here is not going to be that big, and we're going to, you know, follow UI good design guidelines. So we're going to make that lower contrast, something like this. So that's kind of what we're looking at, I think, to do this. And there's also the possibility of not doing this, but instead doing that. And I think I'm actually kind of leaning a little more towards this right here, where we pop in an edit box and we let you type and we give it focus when you've clicked on it. I think I'm going to do that. All right, so let's work on that. Now, I haven't worked in WPF in a long time, so so this will be fun. So we're going to create a new user control, and the user control is we're going to call this a stat box. Now it's cool that there is a XAML Studio. I am not aware of that. That's how clueless I am in the XAML space. It has been a long time. So I've got, all right, so this is my stat box control. Do I want a grid is my question as my container at this point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at this point. Let's throw in a text box. Do I have templates in here to get this for me? I've got a text block template. So TBX is probably a text box. Okay, kind of cool. How do I want to do this? I think maybe I can do this like this. I'm going to have to do some research on this. So we'll call this text box. The name of this is going to be gosh, I can't think of a great name. I'm just going to go with text box on here is what I think I'm going to do. Edit as a name? Is that what you're suggesting? Like that, edit. I wonder if I have to txt edit. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, so let's set the height of this to 24. We're not at 100%. Let's go to 100% here. Let's see what that looks like. Hello is right up there in the upper left there. I'm kind of like, I'm not sure how we're going to solve this when we want to, essentially create pop-ups. Should I create a pop-up? I was imagining at first that the pop-up would be part of this control and part of the layout. But now I'm thinking we're gonna pop it up and give focus to it is what I think we're gonna do. I think. Yeah, we've got some tricky things to do with this control. So this is interesting. We'll be learning this. Will Bennett says he's not good at naming either. Usually I'm pretty good, I think. Usually I'm pretty satisfied with what I come up with, but here I was like, I don't know. But I like the text edit. I'm good with that. Should I also, so now the question is, let's set visibility is equal to hidden on this for now. And let's just play with this idea of a text block as well, which is going to say,
let's make this code dance.
Fine. We're going to call this text display, like that. Yeah, I'm just now realizing, I've got so much to learn all over again on this. And this is going to be the display text, like this, I think. And my guess is there's something in there that you can see, but we cannot see it because it's hidden. The next thing I need to do is I need to create some properties for this. Like, I think there are two properties specifically I need to set for this. One is its value that's going to kind of connect to both of these. I need an event for when it changes. When the text box changes, I need to kind of push that out. I want to check something else out here. Text edit is of type text box, like this. I want to see if I can I know I'm redeclaring it here, but I want to see if I've got a CodeRushed feature in here. Encapsulate property. Do I have events in here or no? No encapsulation on events. Dang. Okay, so I do have properties though. So I could grab text like this, and I could use that. Whoops, I needed to not hit enter. I needed to select the one I wanted. Let's grab that right there, and then hit enter. And then now I can get rid of this. I don't need this anymore because it's declared in the XAML. So what this is doing is this is just putting a wrapper around it. And I think that we should also go in and set, in the setter, we should set our text display as well to the same piece. Do I have an expand setter? I do. Thanks, CodeRushed. And we're going to do the same thing down here, like this. Okay. And looks like the spell checker wants to help us out. I'm going to add it to the dictionary. So there's a stat box. The other thing I think we need to do is decide when that edit is displayed and has focus or not. So the text display text, when that gets clicked on, mouse down probably, new event handler, that's when we need to kind of activate ourselves and show the other text edit, because by default it is not visible. So we're going to say here visibility equals visibility dot visible. There we go. And then I think I need to differentiate between, I kind of got to work through the UI on this. I kind of got to go through the design. The question is this coming up from a click like I currently have? Need to focus is, yes, I need to focus the control as well. Yes, absolutely. Right, so it is, and I forget what this is. Is it dot focus? It looks like it is. Yes, excellent. Okay, good. All right, hold on though. Let's come back over here. So the question I'm asking here is, yeah, so we're not going to do this one. We're going to do this instead. The question is, the question is a click get to here, or does a click just simply get it to say it's now highlighted? And I think it goes like this. I think the way I'm imagining the UI is we go from here to here in a click, like this. And maybe we go from here to here in a second click or an enter press. So if I click enter, if I hit the enter key, I'm now modifying it. So, but if I click on it, I'm just simply highlighting it. And we'll have to show that in some sort of way. And we'll do the killer highlighting on the video stream, on the live stream. So an enter is there, and then also we have the other option is for a second click, like a double click, to get in there. Once it's already activated, we can go to this mode right here. So we essentially have three states. We have normal, focused, That's what I think we'll call it. And editing is what we'll have. All right, so we have 3 states. Let's talk about those states. We'll put these up here in an enum. Enum stat box state. And so we've got normal, which I think is display only, maybe. Display only. Enter. Focused. Enter. And editing. So we can only have one, I think, control editing at a time. Is that true, or would we allow multiples? I'm not sure. Now, the other question is, how do we, again, get out of this back over to this? And I think it's an enter key press, is what I think it is. Arrange, rotate, flip horizontal. I think that gets us back. I think that's what I'm saying. Enter gets us back. So we make our change, we hit enter, it commits, it sends the change over, sends the new data over, and then we go back to the normal display. Or no, wait, maybe we go to here. I think that's where we go. So my enter takes me back to there. So enter once gets me to this state, enter a second time gets me back over to this state. That feels better. And then I can get out of this state by clicking anywhere else, or I can shift click to get anywhere else to have multiple texts selected. So I feel like that's our way in and out, and that feels pretty good to me. I think that's pretty easy for the Dungeon Master to be able to just click wherever they want to focus things, and click a second time or hit enter to go into this mode. And then once we're in this mode, they can press enter to accept it, or escape as well. Enter or escape to get out of it. And escape just cancels their changes. Okay, so enter commits. I suppose I could be, let's do this. Let's undo this a second. So we're going to do this. We're going to commit the changes, and we've got that. And then we have another setup here, which is going to be escape, like that. And this is going to be cancel. Doesn't the text box already have the up, down, and work similarly to this? Just need to change the visuals. I don't know. I would be surprised if it already, a normal text box already has it, but I think there are others that have it. So if I hit escape, then I'm here. And if I am here and I hit escape, then I go to here, right there. So let's, all of these that are, well, I guess they're all kind of transition pieces there. So that's kind of what I've got here. So if I hit escape, I cancel the changes and I go back to this state here. If I hit escape from there, then everything that's focused clears out. So that's, with the use of the enter key and escape, I can commit changes, I can go in and make changes, so I've got a lot of fast, easy editing there. I feel pretty good about that. Doesn't the text box already have the up, down? Have the up, down, and work similarly to this? Just need to change the visuals. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I'll look it up before we write that code. So now at least we know our states here. These are our states. We know our transitions between the states, what they are. The key transitions between the states are here. I'm going to change those colors to this and that. So those are our key transitions right there, and that's what we're doing there. Okay. Okay. All right, so stat box state, that's going to be of the type the stat box. Now, I want to create a property here. And we've got templates for doing this, but I forget what they are. I think they've changed over the years. Used to be DP was like for a dependency property. What do we got here? Okay. And dependency property with course value and value changed. We've got one with a comma. This is a simpler version of it, of the dependency property. Dependency property with attached property. Okay. All right. So we'll use those. I thought we had another set on top of this, but it looks like we do not. So if I want to create a new dependency property in here, I'm just going to do a DP, and I'm going to put a comma after it, make it the simpler version of the property right here. And so this is going to be the stat box state property. And this is the property type right here that it's asking me for right here. And I will say, whoops, looks like I moved the caret to the wrong spot. Prop type is going to be stat box state. And then here is our property stat box state. So then based on the property, here's the set value for it. And oh, you know what? I do want a bigger version of this because I do need to respond to changes here. Let's undo this, undo. Let's try again. I want a regular one here, stat box property, because that's of type stat box state. Default value for this property is going to be stat box state dot display only. All right. This we are not going to change, and use expression body there. Let's see what else. That's this piece on course stat box state on stat box state change. This is the piece that we need right here. I don't actually need this one. We can go back and remove this right here. Can we just, is it optional? Can I pass in null to that? Do I need it? Property change callback. That's what I want right there. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, so we don't need course piece right here, but on stat box change, this is what we want to do something right here. Nope. Wait. Here we go. This is where I want to play with this right here. So when that state is changed, I want to, and it's just now occurring to me, I may not need to do this because I think the way WPF works, it updates the visuals automatically when these change. Genesis 7 says, now WPF can use UWP XAML islands. I'm not sure what a XAML island is. What's built in? What was third-party controls? Oh, okay. Well, Bennett, maybe that's another up-down right there is what that is. What's a XAML island? Let's just see what that is. Okay. All right, cool. All right. That's cool. Thanks for that, Genesis 7. That's cool stuff. Okay, so on statbox change, right here, we've got this method right here. Now we can do something with it. I may end up not needing this. I thought I needed it, but now I'm thinking I don't need this. So let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to say, let's do this. If if statbox state equals statbox state dot display only, then we're going to say our txt display dot background equals brushes dot transparent. Look at that, I'm remembering. Okay. All right, cool. So that is that. If it is, let's do a switch instead. Yeah, I love being in CodeRushed back in C# again. It's like, it's so intelligent here. All right, so display only is there. If it is focused, I think we got like a light yellow in here. Light goldenrod yellow. Let's take that. And CodeRushed is drawing little color swatches right here underneath these pieces here. Okay, and so there's that. And if we're editing, let's do a couple other things. We're going to say dot visibility is equal to visibility dot visible. Same here. And over here we're going to say it's hidden. I mean, not hidden. No, yeah, hidden is what we're going to do. And we're going to take out that. And then we're going to say, we're going to kind of do the opposite with our text edit. What I want to be able to do is test this live right here without having to, all I want to do is, all I want to do is build this and then drop one on and be able to actually start interacting live in Visual Studio. That's my hope that I can do this. Let's try a rebuild here. Rebuild all succeeded.
Excellent.
Let's go to our character sheets and let's see if we can add a new local stat box like that. Look at that. It's right up there. I'm going to say that looks like it's working. Although I don't, oh, is it giant? Okay. So let's put it there. Let's set its width and height. Do I have those properties? Yep. Let's say height is equal to 25. Just jumped down on the screen. Width is equal to, I don't know, 100. And let's take my margins off for a second here. Where does it go there? It goes to the very center. Okay. Like that. So now I've got this display text piece right here. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I only have one grid row. I am in a grid, but you know, I'm not really caring too much. I don't think I want to build a grid to determine where everything goes. I could do that for the 3 individual pieces, I suppose, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling, since I know that the layouts of these are unlikely to ever change, I'm thinking about just dropping them here in these. Although I do want to say, I want to disconnect from here, and I want to disconnect from here. So horizontal alignment and vertical alignment are top because I want to be able to allow resizing without moving these things around, is what I want to do. So there's my display text piece right there. I should have a property now. If I bring up properties on this, I should have a property miscellaneous called statbot state. And now if we change it to focus, nice. Do you see that? We've got a change right there. It changed for us right there. Here, let's do this like that. And if I change the statbot state to display only, it's see-through, which is very cool. And editing is there. So I think I want to, so this is all pretty cool. The text of this says hello, but if I say greetings, like this, and hit enter on it, and then I change my stat box state to display only, it should also say greetings. Excellent. Next, I want to set the alignment of these things so they're center aligned. Every single one of these is center aligned, except for, well, let's actually do this. Hold on, let's expose that. So let's come back to our stat box here. Let's do that, let's do the trick we did with text edit, where we came in here and we said text box, like that, text edit, and then we're going to use CodeRushed. Let's close the properties piece down. We're going to use CodeRushed to encapsulate the property, and we're going to go for alignment. There's got to be a couple. We're going to take out horizontal alignment and wait. Horizontal, we want text alignment is what we want. I think that's what we want, just text alignment, only that. Let's try that. So we're going to expose text alignment. I'll just comment that out in case we need that again. So here's our text alignment piece right here. Let's come in here and let's use CodeRushed. Whoops, not the setter guard clause. I want to expand the setter on that. And we're going to come in here and hope that text display, text block also has a property called text alignment. It looks like it does. So good. So we're going to get our alignment from that. I think that our default initialized state for the text alignment is going to be a center. And so I think I want to say that here. How do I do a new default? I forget this in WPF. WPF property, oh wait. Hold on. Property default is what I think I just want to look at. Default. How do I set the default value? Wait. The Hugo Dollar says, I'm in late. It's a dependency property. You can set it in the static method. A parameter on the register method. Right. Just noticing, I've exposed these properties to bring them out. But I am, and they seem to be working, but I have not registered them as dependency properties, which is really bizarre. I think I'm going to have to do this. And so let's do that to make sure we are good with these. This is going to be a text property of type, there it is right there, of type string. And whoops, what did I get wrong here? What's this one? Property type and the owner type. Oh, I see. I'm good. Okay. Stat box is the owner. This is the default value. So we're going to say an empty string for that, or maybe not. Maybe we'll just say it's a stat, like that when we drop it down, and then we can change it. On the text change, I don't think yes, we do need that. On text changed, like that. Although I could also get it from the individual component pieces. I think I'm going to do that instead. And I think I can just end it here, just with the default value. And I think that's what I need to do for my text. And I think this is used, the reason so it works in the design time, we see it in the property inspector. When I'm over here and I click on this and I bring up the properties inspector, I see text there. The registering, though, I'm pretty sure is for serialization and deserialization. So that when we bring it in, we have a default value. So when we serialize, if it's already the default value, we don't write anything else out. So I'm pretty sure that's what's going on there. And so the piece that it was missing was the was the dependency property registration. I can do one more of these for the new one called, I think we're calling it text alignment as well. And let's close this down so we can see way more code on screen. This is going to be text alignment. That's going to be of type. What is it? Is it text alignment? I bet it is. Yep, it is. Okay. And oops, guess what? Who forgot to add the word property here? Okay. And binding, says the Hugo doll. So let's see what else here. Type of stat byte. Stat, this is the default value for this. I want to say text alignment dot center. Now I can come in here in my and I can say text alignment equals text alignment dot center. So I have to both initialize it and also tell it that that's its default value right there. I might want to change the property name to name of, oh yeah, good idea. Look at that. I love it. Good suggestion. Do I have a template NO for name of? I thought I did. Name of statbot state. And name of text alignment. Is that going to work? These are statics. Hold on. Yeah, we're good because those are all types. Right? Am I getting this right or am I doing the... Hold on. I'm doing the property names. I think I'm doing this wrong. I think I got that wrong. Those are my property names. It does have it does. Yeah, we use those to create the full-on dependency properties. But there is there like a DP dot? I feel like there's something. I feel like there's something that just gives me just this line right here. I guess so. So let's go back and redo these. Can I do these? Now. So I was worried, hold on a second, let me do this. Name of, I was worried that these were not the right pieces, but I can verify it by drilling in. And does it get me the right spot? It does, perfect. Okay, that's what I need to do. I just wanted to, I was second guessing when I was my changes for a second. Okay, all right, cool. Good suggestion, boom. Good. Good. Yeah, we used DP comma to get, so here's the deal. CodeRushed templates gives me DP, whoops.
Great suggestion.
Yeah, thank you. DP gives me a big property with, there's the property declaration, gives me a static on course prop name, a static on value changed, on property changed. Also gives me two virtuals as well. So if I want to descend from this, I can override and I can hook into these potentially key pieces. It's a lot of potential code there. You can of course edit these if you don't want them. You can edit the template if that's not what you do regularly. There's also a DP comma, which gives me this plus, is that it? I thought it gave me an on. Yep, that's it. So the DP comma gives me just this piece, where it gives me these two pieces here, right there. So I could have done DP comma to get me a little closer on this. That's what I should have done. But I already had the property declaration because I was using CodeRushed to get it in a different way. So so that's kind of how I got to doing this. That's the story of how I got to doing that by hand instead of using CodeRushed for those last two declarations. But it is faster to use the property name and just delete the extra piece. It is faster to use the CodeRushed template and then delete it. Okay, so now I've got alignment in there. So now I should be able to rebuild this whole thing. And I wonder if I should default these guys too as well. Vertical alignment and horizontal alignment, I think. And this is a different thing. So hold on, let's look at this. And vertical. Why don't I have vertical alignment? There it is right there. Equals vertical alignment dot top. This is vertical alignment dot left. And there's another way. Need a CodeRushed refactor for convert to dependency property. I want to say I created one of those ages ago. All right. Before we get too far away from that, let's do that. So at least have that to come back to. All right, vertical alignment dot, oops, not vertical alignment, horizontal alignment dot left is what I want. Now, there's another thing that I think we need to do for serialization purposes, and I forget, WPF change default value dependency property. This is what I want. In the static constructor of it. Cool. Okay, got it. So let's do that. So we need a, in the static stat box, we are going to say our horizontal alignment property. Override metadata, type of stat box, new framework property metadata, and that's going to be our new override, which is horizontal alignment dot left, like that. Get all that on one line. Okay, good. So there's that, and then do the same thing for, whoops, let's do this. Let's use CodeRushed to help out on this. Call it vertical alignment property. And, oh, it missed that. Vertical alignment dot top. Okay, so we've changed the two defaults. Okay. All right, good. Let's thank you, spell checker. All right, good. Okay, so now if we rebuild, rebuild all succeeded, and we go out to here, and we draw. Now we should be able to take away our horizontal alignment left right here, and our vertical alignment as well, and they should just be set. Still shows up in the right spot. Excellent. The text greetings is not showing up initially. What's wrong with that? Why am I seeing display text? If I just change this a bit, what's happening here? I'm changing the text. My setter is coming in here. There's my setter. I'm setting it to the value, both of those. We've been saying horizontal alignment dot left. Looks like that's from before. You need to call set value. On really? Like that? we're sure we're not going to get in an infinite loop. I'm super worried we're going to come right back here, but maybe not. I guess that would be a bad design if that was the case. Let's try rebuilding there and see if that solves that problem. Progress is right over here to my right. Oh, did I do a full-on build of the whole thing? Maybe I did that. Oh, that's why it's taking so long. I just wanted to do a rebuild of this. Actually, our text edit and text display bound, not really bound. No, all I have is this right here. So I'm just basically, it's a very quick way to come in and say, okay, let me kind of have one text shared among two different controls. So when we read it, we get this value. When we write it, we go out here. So that's kind of what I have. Let's see if that has made any change. It looks like it is not. Oh, we're still building. Yeah, I like your suggestion, Will. Shouldn't it be textedit.text property? Yeah, I like that. I'm okay with the locks occurring because I did do a build all on the whole thing. Let's go back over here. I like that way better. So it's going to be, I think, set value. So it's going to be this. I think it's this dot set value dot text property value. I think that's what the code looks like there. We can play with these too. Right there. And see. You think it should be textbox.text property? And then text block dot text property. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how those work. Let's do a rebuild just of this. And rebuild all succeeded. And still not seeing anything update. Why not? Doesn't make sense to me. Let's go into, because I thought we saw this change when I changed it here. Hello? Okay, it did change. It changed here, but it's not, display text is not updating. But when I changed its state, there I can see the hello. Oh, maybe it's that text is not the right property to change. I think it's as simple as that. Let's go to StatBox XAML. Nope, text blocks. It does have the text property. That's the right property. Display text. Is it because? No, it doesn't make sense. Drop on new, and is there some residual state is the question. I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of that hello as well, because I just realized I think I was testing with hello and that text might have been there. We may have a bigger problem. All right, let's do a rebuild of that, and we'll drop a fresh one on as well. Rebuild all succeeded. Text, now we're not seeing anything. Yeah, so yo. And the state is display only, focused, editing. So we're definitely getting these pieces, but we're not seeing the text. But we were seeing the text before. Do I need to raise property change manually? I don't think so. But we can try it. Well, I can also simply cut it to the clipboard and paste it. I should still see something, right? The fact, I love it. It's a great suggestion, Will. Reformatting the hard drive. You know, just in case I've got this big red button that's right next to my sandwich that I reach for that just reformats the hard drive whenever I hit that. So yeah, we'll do that. We're going to go do that if nothing else works. I don't get it. I don't get it. I feel like, so the colors are changing, no problem. We're seeing that display part actually change. These aren't having any difference. This is, we can do this as well. And I have a feeling that won't have any impact as well. What is going on? I don't get it. There's my text, yo, yo, yo. Copy, paste. Huh. Where are they declared? In a XAML file? They're inside of, yeah, they're right over here. They're in the XAML file. So they're basically just two controls that are in my user control that I'm now dropping on the other piece. Everything else about them is working, right? I can change the property visibility and I see it appear. Ask Mr. Announcer Bot. He has the answers. Okay, let's do that. Let's ask Mr. Announcer Bot. Mr. Announcer Bot, is it true that you have all the answers?
No!
Okay, it's not true. But Will is telling me that we should ask you.
Don't ask!
Okay, fine. Any ideas, any suggestions at all?
Nothing.
Okay, fine. Nothing. Mr. Announcer Bot is not here to help us right now. He is, he's out. Yeah, that is, that's curious, right? I'm changing clearly the text box. I am changing the property on it, the hidden property on it like that. The fact that it's not working is, let's see, we're over here. This code is not working. Oh wait. This is, I know why this is not working. I'm pretty sure. That is not how we're going to change the property when the designer is up. The designer changes it using something else. But what is it that it uses? I think it has to change it. Hold on. Can we do, how obnoxious is this? How angry is it going to be here if we, I hate doing this, but what other ways can we make a sound or something like that to let us know that it is, like what's the quickest, easiest way to say, oh yeah, we're getting here in this code? I wonder. Because I can't really set a breakpoint in this unless I think debug a second instance of Visual Studio, which I don't think I want to do. What if we did this? What if we did, well, actually, you know what? We know it's not getting here. It's got to be setting the property in another way. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Look at this. When I create a new dependency property, is there beep somewhere? I think there might be, but I'm not sure. I have a feeling that's over in System Windows forms as well. When I create this, for the property, it says it's important to maintain parity between setting a property in XAML and procedural code. Do not touch the getter and setter inside this dependency property. The values are changed using something else. And we're essentially doing just that here. Right? We're essentially expecting this to work in a way that it is in a way that I think it's not going to work. I think because of the way the XAML editor works. I think that that this is going to work at runtime, no problem. In fact, we can do a test of this by doing this. Let's test that theory, and I think that's the problem. The problem is that XAML is somehow changing the property in a different way that's not calling the setter. I don't quite understand. It's not quite making a lot of sense to me, but this is at least what I'm feeling. So we've got the text yo, yo, yo on our stat box, which is where? Where's our stat box? Right here. What's that about? Not sure what's going on there. Let's do rebuild. Okay, got some stuff left over that I did not remove. Okay. Okay, one more time. Let's do rebuild. Yeah, it is. I think we need this. We need property change callback is what I think we need. And we're going to say text changed. Like this, I think. What is this? No, I just want it locally. My own function text changed. Let's look at the, let's close this down here. It's going to look something like that right there. All right. And now what I want to do is something like this. And what do I got in? Oh, it's static. Like that. Almost getting there. Okay. Now, whoops, shit. Text alignment. I want text it to be, is where I want to be here. I think I just copied the wrong thing. Okay, let's make sure I didn't mess that up anywhere else. Okay, so, so there's my, when the text is changed, let's do this. Let's call this on text changed. Actually, let's do this. On stat box text changed, so I'm good there. And then let's call this on text changed right here, like this. I think this is going to fix it. That's what I think is going to happen. So that's what I believe is the magic here. So let's try rebuilding that. See if that fixes it. Yeah. Hugo Dahl is saying that sounds right. It goes through the DP magic, not classic getter setters. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening. Text is never called from that from the designer. So my theory that this would work at runtime is, I think, still feels like a good theory. Did I do the? I see the ready. I didn't notice the rebuild all started. It says ready. Oh, there's succeeded. Okay, so now look at that. All right, cool. So now we can see yo, yo, yo. So now we're in good shape. That's the piece that I think was missing. So now if I come in here and I make an edit, we should see it immediately. Yep, there we go. Hello. Okay, might need to update the getter setter to use the get set property. or runtime. No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is all gonna work now. I would say not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure. So here's the state. Let's say the state is display only. Nice. So now it goes to that transparent kind of thing that we want it to be at. So now I've got this one out here. Now I want to make it so that when I click it, it switches states. So let's go look at that. So let's go over here into the XAML and the text block. I've already got the display mouse down. And visibility, we're going to say we make this one. And then we want to say text display dot visibility is equal to hidden. In fact, what we're really going to do is none of this, I think. We are going to say is this going to be, yeah, no. I think we're going to do this. We're going to say statbox state equals statbot state dot focused. And so what we really are going to do is actually we're going to check to say, hey, if my statbot state is equal to display only, then the state goes to focused. Else, if statbot state is equal to focused, then it's going to go to editing. Okay, and if we go to editing, then, yeah, we're going to do this. If we go to editing, so if old value equals statbot state dot focused, is that right? Yeah. Then we were previously focused. Now we're going to editing. Then we want to give actual focus to the edit box and have the caret inside it blinking. That's what we want to do. Hugo Dahl is saying, if not at runtime, we might need to update the getter setter. Oh, to use get set property. Otherwise, it could break binding. No or yes. Well, let's take a look at that. That I was not considering. So we're saying here, we want to call set property. Yes, I think you are right with regards to that. So it's going to be, yeah. Hold on a second. On text changed. Text is equal to the new value. That's all we need there. Here, I think we need just something along these lines here, inside here. We just need the standard stuff here, which is going to be get value, and it's going to be of the text property, like that. All right. What do you think about that? The Hugo Dahl, what do you think about that? I think you're going to like that. That's what we're going to do there for text. And so we don't break binding. We still take care of these pieces right here with our on text changes. And I'm going to move text alignment outside of there. Now text alignment, we have this other kind of goofy thing going here that I think we need to do the exact same thing with text alignment, don't we? I think we need to do that to fix that as well. Yeah, I bet we do. So let's go look at character sheets over here. See if we can change our text alignment. Make it left, and no changes. Okay, so yeah, we got to fix text alignment too. So let's go do that. All right, so text alignment property is here. We are missing, there's our initial value. Then we want to create a new property, changed callback. And we're going to call this on something similar to this. Text alignment changed. Like that. Let's go get to this one. Let's duplicate that selection, paste that in there. On text alignment changed, do that. And this is going to be text alignment. There, in both of those. Good, good. Okay, that wasn't too hard. Thanks for duplicate selection on that, CodeRushed team. All right, declare method. We'll put this right here on text alignment change. This is going to be old value. So drop a marker there, copy that with one key, come back, paste, jump back up here, copy that with one key, come back over here, paste, replace with Control B. So really fast to just kind of go chung, 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 chung like that. Now we've got this right here. Here's where we're going to come in and do this. Drop a marker there so we can get back. So there we're going to set the alignment for both those pieces. This is going to be equal to new value. So I just hit copy and then come down and Control B to paste replace. Oh, really? I have to be at the beginning. If I was at the end of it, I guess it brings up this because it's there's a Visual Studio shortcut as well, Control B to set a breakpoint, but I want it to be fast and easy. So I've got Control B that works if we're anywhere else, not at the end of the line, and we're not debugging. We can't be debugging at the same time. So on text alignment change, we're going to set those two values right there. That means now our text alignment is going to now look like this right here. And that's going to be that type there. Okay, I think with that, a rebuild. Let's do that. Come over here. It's building. Rebuild all succeeded. Look at that. Now it's changed. Wait, that's not good. I want the text alignment. Maybe I've got something wrong here. Text alignment is equal to center. Not working. Why? What's wrong? Let's just, let's make sure display only. Let's make sure this works. Yeah, this works still. Okay. So let's find out what's wrong. Text alignment changed. Text alignment box changed. Did I get this right? That's for the text alignment property. Callback. Default is center. I think we're okay here. Text alignment. This looks good to me. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand what's not working here. Do we register it correctly? So property callback. Yeah, I'm seeing code that is essentially totally mimicking what we did for text change. Text change works, but text alignment doesn't. Yeah, that does not make sense to me. I almost want to go look at it one more time. Definitely not working there. Let's change our state from display only to editing. Yep, still left to justified. Yep. Okay. Let's do this so we can see these all at once, I think. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna, like, to get this, I've got to, like, I'm not sure how to debug this, is the thing. So this might, let me, I just, is it, yeah, okay, so I have a theory. My theory is this. My theory is that, hold on, here's my theory. I think this is going to work. Watch this. If I change this, when I typed in center, nothing happened because it was already set. Well, that's the default, so I'm not doing anything. So there's no change to that. But if I change it to left, and then I change it back to center, I feel like now it should work. There. Okay, that's what was going on. So it is working. It just looked like it wasn't working because of the defaults that were there. To make that work, I think I have to come in here with these and do this, is what I have to do. That, I think, is the fix. That's what it is. Okay. All right. Well, that is, that's pretty good. All right. So now let's go take a look at the next thing I want to do with this. I think I want to actually do the state changes on this, is what I want to do. And I want to go, let's do the state changes and then we'll wrap up the show. We'll do that. So I want to be able to click on it. We haven't tested the click yet. I think before I test the click, I also want to add code to test the enter. And I know sometimes with WPF, there's some keystrokes that kind of get intercepted by the form. Handle the enter key. Let's see what we get with that. Capturing the enter key in a text box. That's what I want. Tie an event to the enter key as follows. Okay. Update source trigger in your text box. Binding to property changed. Wait, what? Key binding enter key command. That's not exactly what I want to do. Fires when the enter key is pressed. That's kind of what I want. What are we doing here? It's just preview key up. Okay. All right, let's look at that. So let's go to let's go to our stat box, SAML, and in our text box, we're going to go look at the preview key up and create an event handler for that. And if e dot key equals keys dot, I thought there was a keys.
Miller.
Yeah, what you got? You were looking at the question, not the answer. Yeah, you're right. I was. Also, good sign. Time to close the showdown. Hold on a second here. Yeah, system input key. That's what I'm looking for right there. Yeah, it's essentially the question gave me enough of what I needed that I was like, okay, preview key up. I can just handle that. That I was looking at that, and that's how I kind of got to it. Yeah, or more coffee, G Fuel, beer, drink, choice. Yeah, we'll get there. All right, so key, I think I copied that to the clipboard. Key is equal to the enter key. Then we want to change our state based on that. And I think it's going to look something like this. We're going to say, well, if it's the enter key, then we're going to say if we are display only. Well, we're not going to be getting there. So it's actually, if we're here, the only way out of this is to go back to focused, I think. In other words, if you press enter on the edit box has got focus. That means we're going back to focus is what we're doing. So John Pye says should be able to get away with key.enter. Oh, you're right. Absolutely. Okay. So if key is key.enter, then we're going to go to focus state. We need, how can we get to enter from, the one state change we're not going to be able to support, at least not today, is this one. In other words, when this is, because right now this is just a text block, and I'm pretty sure text block has no key down or anything like that inside of it. It doesn't have a sense of focus or anything. I could be wrong, but let's see if there's an event in here. Preview key up. I got a preview key up. Let's try it. Maybe we can make it work. And now if it's key is enter, then the state is going to be editing. And yeah, I think that's it. So we go to editing. So we're changing our state. That means we're going to focus it. That might be enough and that might work. Let's run it and see what we've got. So we've got this one control out there. Isn't there a property that allows clicks to go through? Yeah, there is. I don't remember what that is. I think it has to do with hit testing, if I'm remembering correctly. WPF hit test transparent, I guess, is transparent. Let's see what we get there. How to detect a hit on a null or transparent background. Maybe I don't want transparent in there. Hit test pass through. There we go. Well, let's walk. Give a drag and drop. Is hit test visible? Set that property to false. That's what's going on there. So let's do that. Pop that in over here. Yeah. I've used this before. So that's pretty cool. All right, so what are we doing here? Build errors. Could not copy files locked by Mr. AnnouncerBot, because guess what's running? Where is Mr. AnnouncerBot, though? I don't see Mr. AnnouncerBot on my taskbar. Mr. AnnouncerBot is apparently running, though. Can I Alt-Tab around and find it? Oh, here we go. I see him. He's running in PowerShell. That's why I didn't see him. Okay. All right. Mr. AnnounceBot is closed. And let's see if that fixes this problem over here. Let's also come in preemptively, kill every Chrome that's out there, instance of Chrome. And let me close all my PowerShell windows. And let's do one more time. We're going to run. We're going to do a test on this and see how we're doing on that. Needs to be true for parent and child, says John Pye, I think. Yeah, I think you're right for this case because what we've got. So interesting. We started up the app. The app did an on change event handler for this. We go to page number 1, which is Kent. So you can see we've got over here, Kent is over there, right there. If I come in and click on one of these others, we're pretty good. So I've got Yo on every single one of these. If I click it, let's see what happens. Nice. It's changed its state, so it's become brighter. If I click it one more time, do I get the edit? I do. Nice. And now if I type in, hit enter, is it going to change it back? Oh, we got close. Close. John Pye says, that looks amazing. We got close, is what we got. All right, so we got the nice is there, but hitting enter on that text change, there's a text changed here on the low level that we need to kind of hook on in our stat box XAML out here. And let's close everything down so we can get out of here. Yeah, John Pye, we've been working on this thing. This thing that we're building that you're seeing is a, let me do two things. I'm going to close this down and switch back to this view. What else? We need, got something else running out here. That right here. Close this down. This is something that we've been building here. What's really cool about this, what I love about this, is the openings on this. If I think I can say test page 2. Let's see if that still works. There we go. So it just closes it down. And also if I click on this and interact with it, we should see your sound effects now. So test page 1. There we go, sound effects like that. And if I say test, I think 1, it's going to slam somebody else's down there. And test 2. So this is what we're building. This is an overlay for the stream. This is going to overlay on top of a live Dungeons and Dragons game that's going to play on Twitch that I'm creating for Twitch. And so that's kind of what it looks like all filled out. And so what you were seeing was the Dungeon Master's version of the view that's going to, and it looks like Will just started up the blue ball right there to break that out there. So, and what you were seeing is the WPF app we're building is going to allow the Dungeon Master to manage this data and then also highlight and things like that. So that's kind of where we're going with that. So, and this is our particle emitter right here. And so when we open up or we close, when I say let's go to test page 2 in the chat room, and when it opens up, you see there's a little bit of that magic dust, and that's coming from the particle emitter that we built here as well. So what I love about this is everything we're doing is from scratch. There's no libraries that we're depending on, and we're building stuff that's kind of cool, and we touch upon, graphics and TypeScript, and we're now back in C# and WPF to do a little bit of custom controls, but also we're talking about good design as well, right? Because we want to be able to make it so that the Dungeon Master can manage the game with the fewest keystrokes, mouse clicks, interaction with these elements. So, so anyway, that's it. All right, I'm going to close this down, I think, as well. And let's see, we were at our text. We need a text change event here is what we need. So we're going to say, I think it's just text changed. That's what we want. New event handler. And now we got to figure out what we're going to do here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to just come in and modify the property text. I think we're going to come in here and I think we're going to say text is equal to e dot, No, not going to give it to me. Fine. I'm just going to say it's, instead of typecasting the sender, I know who it's coming from. I'm just going to say text edit dot text. That's what I think I'm going to do. And I think that's going to be fine because that's live at runtime. And I think if I do that, that is going to then take care of everything else we need to take care of. John Pye says, I really didn't expect it to look that good. Okay, John Pye, I've been studying good design for about 12 years. And one of the benefits of that research is that when you design something, you're like, you don't make a lot of mistakes that people would say like, oh, that's not right to me. You know, it doesn't feel right. So the guidelines actually really, really help, right? I'm following all the guidelines and I get something that's like, whoa, that's kind of looks like, you know, professional designer created that. But the answer is no, I did not. Now I am using, okay, John Pye, you see that. He's saying, I think that's based on myself. I'm a decent programmer, but the worst designer. So I actually have a course out at DevIQ called The Science of Great UI. I'm also going to be speaking in Vegas. If you're in the States and you're going to go to, let's see, it's not Dev Connections, it is VS Live. I'll be speaking at VS Live in March, and I'll be doing the course there live. So if you want to, you know, go to the course, you want to talk to me afterwards, you can do that. You can also get the course at deviq.com, Science of Great UI, and it's a pretty good course. It's got a lot of great guidelines in it. It answers questions like, should corners be rounded or should they be cornered? Should they be square corners? Should you have borders? How thick should borders be? How far should borders be away from text? Answers a lot of questions so that when you do design, you just do it once and you just follow the guidelines instead of doing it, maybe making mistakes, not realizing it, later finding out there's a mistake and going back and redoing and fixing it, which is way more expensive. Links by chance. I do not have links, but I can just type it in right here. DevIQ. If you go out to deviq.com, that's going to give that to you. Hold on a second. Let's actually bring this up. I should totally do this. Let's bring up an instance of Chrome, and let's go out to DevIQ. We'll figure out the .com, and there it is right there, Science of Great UI. And so there's that, and also you want to get Design Like a Pro as well. I recommend both of those courses, the bundle of both of those. It's only $149, and it's like about 8 hours of stuff. John Pye says, sadly, too expensive for me as a student. Yeah, I can totally feel for you on that. I don't have a great answer for you on that one right there. But you can watch the show, and every once in a while we come out, you know, the design stuff comes out, and so we try to do those kinds of things. Let's see, what else? So I think this is my fix. I haven't checked it yet, but I'm pretty sure that's going to solve it. Before we do that, let's drop another control down. Let's duplicate that control. Where is it? Did it move? What's going on? Something is happening here that I'm not liking. Why is that happening? The stat box is here. Yeah, it doesn't like it. If I say, is it the vertical alignment property? And horizontal alignment property? What is going on with that? Is it because I need to rebuild? What's happening here? Did I make a change? I don't understand that symbol right there. And it goes away as soon as I make the change. Do I need these two right here? I think there's a problem with these two settings here. Yeah, because it's okay now. I'm not sure what that is. I'll probably try to convince the university to buy it. Yeah, it's a really good course. By the way, John Pye, if you go, whatever university you're going to, you might also say, hey, look, one of the things that often happens is like the university might have a design section as well, and the designers have to take science courses. This is actually an excellent course for designers to take because it gets them right to the cognitive science pieces they need, and that's it. So, so yeah, it's a great course. You can talk to, if you want to get your instructors to get in touch with me, we might be able to also work out some kind of student discount, something along those lines too, as well. My email is here. I'll just throw it out here. markm@devexpress.com. I take that. Okay. All right. So let's grab one more of these. Let's take one of these. Let's copy it. Let's paste it in, and let's move it over here as well. And so we've got two of these yos in here, and let's go ahead and start it and see what happens. Okay, I think we're going to get an error for this not starting because I didn't kill all my instances of Chrome beforehand, but I should be able to test this. So click once. Okay, there we go. Click once, click there, click a second time we're in edit, click a second time we're in edit, type in hello, and now move over here. Oh, I hit enter here rather, and there it goes back to display, which is good. Now this is yo, and I'm going to say want to cancel this, and I'm going to, oh, I haven't bound the escape, so I can't actually hit escape yet to test that. But we'll do that, and I think what I'll do is I'll do that tomorrow. We'll end the show now. Let's give away a copy of CodeRushed. CodeRushed is a product that sits inside of Visual Studio. I use it to write code quickly, and I also manage the team that builds that. Yeah, looks like we've got we have a problem with the Mr. Announcer bot on that. I'm not sure what it says there. Dance battle. Can I do a dance battle? You're not at level 6 yet. What's your level, Will? I think you can type in command level to
Dance battle.
I thought that would set our level. What is it? LVL? No. I've done it before. What's going on? I think I have a level up command too. Let me see if that's level up. No, it's plus. I think it's plus is what I did. Plus and then Will Bennett. See what happens there. You were at level 0. Yeah, I think we had some data loss there is what I think in the viewers. I'll have to go back to see if I've got a backup of that and recover that data. Okay. So, all right, so let's give away a copy of CodeRushed. CodeRushed is a product that sits inside of Visual Studio, helps you write code faster, and we do that every day to one of our followers. So if you follow the channel on Twitch, you are in the running automatically for the
CodeRushed giveaway.
And today's winner is, wait for it,
Chicken Salad PhD.
Chicken Salad PhD. That's the winner. Congratulations for having one of the longest Twitch names ever, Chicken Salad PhD. I'll reach out to you on Twitch Whisper and give you instructions for downloading, for how you can get your download instructions. And great, excellent. Yeah, awesome name, says the Hugo Doll. I want to thank the Hugo Doll, Will Bennett, John Pye, Talk to Me Gooseman is out there. Greetings, 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 all of you. Nice to have you here. And we will see you, I think, on next Tuesday. And Rory will be back.